She still sighs for her pink house, and then I think she cries. I would.
Where is Mamacita? Is she at her home? No. She's not in her home. Home is a house. This is home. I miss my home. Right? This is home. Home is a house in a photograph. What kind of home? Pink house with lots of light, startled light, surprising light, so much light. Now, is it true that sometimes Mexican houses are pink? Sometimes. My abuelita, she made me paint her house. Pink, 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 pink. Pink is hollyhocks. Hollyhocks are flowers, pink flowers. Right? But what does she say? The man paints the apartment pink, and what does she say? It's not the same, right? Maybe this will happen to you. There's a kitchen, right? Maybe you will make some food. You will go shopping. You'll try to make some, I don't know, tamales, something like that. Enchiladas, right? You'll buy all of the ingredients. You'll go to Walmart. You'll get everything. You'll make it, and you'll... It's not the same, right? It's not like my mother makes.
So what does she do? She sighs. Now, Americans, usually when they sigh, they go, oh. In Spanish, what do we do? Hi. So different. And then I think she cries. Oh, sometimes the man gets disgusted.
Remember the man, he gets disgusted. He starts screaming and you can hear it all the way down the street. Right? Hi, she says. She is sad. Oh, he said. Not again. Cuando? Let's teach some Spanish. What does it mean? When? What does she mean? When are we going back home? Cuando, she asks. What does he say? Ay, caray. We are home. This is home. Here I am and here I stay. Speak English. Speak English. Christ. How does he feel? He's frustrated. Oh, he says. He is becoming American. Is it good to mix cultures? Not for Mamacita. Not for Mamacita. I, Mamacita, who does not belong, every once in a while lets out a cry, hysterical, high, as if he had torn the only skinny thread that kept her alive, the only road out to that country. Oh, some good English here. Good for your English. I, Mamacita, who does not belong, every once in a while lets out a cry. What does a cry mean? It's not, it's like a scream. Hysterical, high. Does anyone want to do it? Somebody give me a good Mexican woman. I don't know. I can't do it. Somebody? No. She lets out a cry, hysterical high. When he says, ay caray, we are home, this is home, here I am and here I stay, speak English, Christ! What happens to her? Right? It says that there's a skinny thread. Skinny? Very thin, right? Very slender. There's a thread. What is this thread? What? It says it's the only road out to that country. That thread that kept her alive. It is her memories, her love, her hope. Right? It's her hope. She wants to go back. And when he says, ay caray, we are home, this is home. So we talked about Mamacita, we talked about the husband. There's one more person. Who? The baby. Let's remember the baby. And then to break her heart forever, the baby boy who has begun to talk starts to sing the Pepsi commercial. What does this mean? He's starting to speak English. Is that good or bad? It's bad for Mamacita. Right? What's happening? No speak English, she says to the child who is singing in the language that sounds like tin. What is tin? It's metal, it's noise, it's nothing. Right? No speak English, she says to the child who is singing in the language that sounds like tin. No speak English, no speak English. And bubbles into tears. No, 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 as if she can't believe her ears. I'm going to tell you more about my story. I'm not proud of this, but when I was a young boy, my mother tried to teach me Spanish. I'm Mexican, I cry. When I was very young, I would stomp my feet and I would say, "Speak normal." For me, English was normal and Spanish, weird. I didn't like it. It was hard for me, and I did not understand why my mother wanted to speak in Spanish. I am embarrassed about this now. It's true. Because I did not understand my mother. So now let me tell you about my mother. This is a very sad story. This is not the story of my mother. This is not the story of my mother. This is a very different story. My mother's name is also Mamacita. She is not a Mamacita. She has small hands and small feet. She likes hats, she likes shoes, she loves to sing. But this is not the story, the same story. My mother had 3 things that I want you to remember tonight. You will only be here 3 weeks. But these are 3 things I want you to have, that my mother had. Okay? Amy Chua, in a book called Battle Hymn of the Tiger Mother, once explained that her daughters did not like going to China. And they didn't like going to China because their Chinese was not very good. They had an accent. And so when they tried to speak with the other Chinese people, they would laugh. And Amy Chua said, "Never be ashamed of your accent. Your accent is a badge of courage." This is a badge of courage. My Spanish is not very good. I will be honest. But when I got older, I realized I wanted to learn Spanish. So my mother has an accent, I have an accent. You have an accent. It's a badge of courage. Do not be afraid of speaking terribly, of making mistakes. So I'm going to teach you 3 verbs. Let's go back to those verbs and let's talk about these 3 things. The first one is leap. Mr. Bean, what did he do? He dives into the water. Of course, somebody needed to help him, right? But I want you, these 3 weeks, what are you going to do? I want you to leap. What do I mean when I say leap? I want you to talk. I want you to make mistakes. I don't care if you are shy. I don't care if people laugh at you. Who cares? People laugh at you. It's great. So your English is bad. It's wonderful. Make glorious mistakes. Can you do that? 3 weeks. If people laugh at you, what do you do? This is what I do. If someone laughs at me with my Spanish is bad, I laugh too. It's okay. I have bad Spanish. It's okay. So please, some of you, maybe you are a little shy. Mamacita was very shy, and she never went down the stairs. Please, go down the stairs. I want you to leap. Okay, that's what I want you to do. My mother, she leaped. She tried to learn English. She tried to make mistakes. I love my mother because she came here when she was 18 years old. 18 years old, she came to the United States. She did not know any English. And she leaped. 18. There's 2 more things about my mother that I want you to know. Here's one more word. Do you remember this word? I showed you this word. What is it? Lean. What does it mean? To lean against something means to find support. Right? Support. Help. Here's one thing that I will always be happy about. When my mother came to the United States, she found a friend. The friend's name was Mercedes. Mercedes Wiederholt. A Mexican woman who had married an American man. And this Mexican woman helped my mother learn English. Okay. Mamacita, do you feel bad for her, this story that I shared? Would you like to help her? I wish I could help her. I wish I could say, please come outside. Please go down the stairs. But she doesn't have a friend. Now, you are here for 3 weeks. Some of you have friends. Some of you came by yourself. Is that true? Yeah. I need you to lead. Some of you maybe don't have friends here. 3 weeks is a long time. 4 weeks, maybe you will start listening to the Spanish radio show and singing songs, right? So please help each other. If you see someone on campus looking around, be friendly, talk, help, okay? I need you to lead. One more word. Listen. You have very good teachers. Please listen to them. Please listen to them. My mother, when she first came to this country, she lived in a very small city next to a university, similar to this university. She walked 2 miles. In this case, it was in the snow. Sometimes she was pregnant. And she walked to a small school. And she had a teacher. And I love that teacher for helping my mother learn English. My mother had courage, my mother had a friend, and my mother had a teacher. These are the 3 things that I want you to remember. My mother leaped, my mother leaned, and my mother listened. And these are the 3 things I want you to do while you are here. These are the 3 things I want you to do while you are here. 15 years ago, I was teaching classes. I thought I was going to teach Shakespeare. I wanted to be a professor. at a university. I was already 24 years old. I had my master's degree. I was teaching linguistics courses and literature courses at a major university. I thought, I'm going to teach at Harvard. I will be professional. And then something changed. Some students came in the back of my class and sat down. And it was very interesting. They did not come from the United States. They came from different countries. In fact, I remember one student, she brought a tape recorder, and she would play it and put it on her desk so she could listen to me and my talks again and again. And some of my students needed help. So they sat in the back, right? And I decided I don't want to teach linguistics or literature anymore. I want to teach them. Because I saw my mother, and she needed courage, a friend, and a teacher. So I changed my life. I decided I will teach. I am very happy to say I taught at the same school 23 years later. I taught at the same school my mother was a student. I loved it. And I decided I love this. Some teachers teach Shakespeare, literature, engineering. It's great. I hope you have a good dream and you're here for a good reason. But I love my job. I love my job. Because it mixes. Is mixing cultures good? For me, it is the best. It is the best. My mother said she had a dream. And she said in her dream, she saw that there were no countries. No countries. And just people. And she said, Shane, I want you to remember, take the best from every culture and throw away the worst. Well, it's a simple idea. Take the best from every culture and throw away the worst. So my life has been great. I have been to Iraq, I have been to Japan, I have been to China, and I go to China and I become a little Chinese. I take the good and I throw away the bad. I go to Iraq, I take the good, I throw away the bad. You are here for 3 weeks, 4 weeks. What do I want you to do? I want you to take the good and throw away the bad, right? I am Mexican, I am American, I am Chinese, I am Iraqi, I am Vietnamese, I am Iranian. All of the people that touch my life, I'm a part of this. You are in a wonderful place. I hope you become a little bit. Is that wrong? Is that bad? Choose the good, throw away the bad. I want to show you a small video of my mother. And then you will. This is my mother. She's very beautiful, I think. She's from Durango. She has 10 living brothers and sisters. She is the oldest. She came to the United States when she was 18 years old, and she sacrificed everything. Why did she do it? She did it for me, so that I could have a good life. I love my mother for this. So why did I become a teacher? So that I could connect with something that I was missing. I am not just American. I am from other cultures also. Let me show you. Grandparents. Mexico City, DF. That's my brother. That's my mother, that's my father, the gringo. Also in DF, they're eating tacos al pastor, no, al hambre. Better. 18 years old, the day before she was married. She's scared? Yes, she's scared. Here's my brother. Pray. She walked 2 miles. For her teacher. That's my grandmother. Let me just say one thing, and then we can go. Who am I? What am I? What is my culture? This is not about politics. It's not about immigration when I say this. But I do not believe in borders. It's just an understanding of how we all learn and how we can all become. I need you to take the good from this country, the good from this university, the good from this teacher. There's so much, and you will be stronger. And then throw away the bad. I am Chinese. I am Iraqi. I am Mexican, and I am very proud of this.